So good afternoon, ma'am. Today I'll be reporting about my activity exercise 9, case study bundle. The title of my case study is about the use of substandard materials in flood control projects in the Philippines. So with the recent ongoing issue po ma'am around the Philippines, the main issue is about the use of substandard materials in flood control projects and ghost projects in the DPWH department. So for my introduction, let me start off by flooding is one of the most common and destructive natural hazards in the Philippines, brought about by the country's geographic location in the Pacific Typhoon Belt and its exposure to intense monsoon rains. So every year, thousands of families are displaced, agricultural lands are submerged, and billions of pesos worth of infrastructure are damaged. In response, the government has prioritized the construction of flood control projects, such as drainage systems, river embankments, pumping stations, and floodways. These projects are meant to reduce flooding risk, protect communities, and safeguard livelihoods. However, the effectiveness of these projects has come under scrutiny due to recurring reports of substandard construction practices and materials. Allegations of poor quality cement, steel reinforcements, and construction methods have led to premature deterioration of some structures. So this not only undermines the flood control prevention efforts, but also the results in financial losses, safety hazards, and diminished public trust. At the same time, not all projects face these issues. Many well-implemented flood control projects have successfully reduced flooding and saved lives. Thus, it becomes important to examine both the problems posed by substandard materials and the positive outcomes of properly managed projects to strike a balance between challenges and solutions. For my background of the study po, the Philippines has a long history of flooding, worsened by climate change, deforestation, and rapid urbanization and poor waste management. Major river basins like the Pasig, Marikina, Pampanga, and Cagayan frequently overflow, while low-lying urban areas such as Metro Manila, Malabon, and Navotas suffer from perennial waterlogging. Flood control has therefore been a key priority in national development planning. The Department of Public Works and Highways, or the DPWH, along with the local government units, the LGUs, allocates billions of pesos annually for flood management programs. Projects such as the Manggahan Floodway in Metro Manila and pumping stations in Pasay and Malabon have historically reduced flooding when properly maintained. So, but despite these successes, reports from the Commission of Audit, or on COA, and media investigations have revealed multiple instances of substandard materials being used in flood control projects. For example, embankments collapsing during heavy rains, drainage system clogging prematurely, or flood walls developing cracks within a year of completion. So these failures often point to contractor negligence, corruption, or weak quality monitoring. Still, it must be noted that not all flood control initiatives fail. In areas where standards are strictly enforced and materials are high quality, projects have shown positive long-term impacts, such as reducing flooding in Pampanga's rice fields, or protecting residential zones in Bulacan. This highlights that the issue is not with the concept of flood control projects, but with the inconsistent implementation and accountability. So, for the challenges faced, we have the corruption and poor oversight of these projects. We have kickbacks, collusion, and weak monitoring enable the use of cheap and unsafe materials. Next, we have the budget constraints. Contractors cut corners to reduce costs while maximizing profit. And next, we have weak enforcement of standards. So there is a lack of penalties and inconsistent testing of materials compromise quality. Then we have rapid urbanization. So these increased pressure to build quickly leads to rush, poorly monitored projects. And lastly, we have the public distrust. So communities lost confidence when projects fail during the very disasters they are meant prevent. Next up, we are moving on to the strategies for addressing these challenges. First, we have the transparent procurement and monitoring. So independent audits, third-party testing of materials and public disclosure of contracts, strict penalties for non-compliance, so blacklisting and prosecuting constructors proven to have used substandard materials, capacity building, so there will be training engineers, inspectors, and LGU officials in quality assurance. Next we have the community involvement. So citizen watchdog groups to oversee projects at the local level. We have the use of technology, satellite monitoring, digital records, and blockchain-based procurement to track accountability. Next, we have the sustainable engineering approaches, use of climate-resistant designs and eco-friendly infrastructure such as green floodways, permeable pavements. So our positive outcomes for this will be, while challenges exist, it is important to highlight the success stories of flood control projects in the Philippines. So the Metro Manila floodways and pumping stations, properly maintained pumping stations have significantly reduced waterlogging in parts of Pasay, Makati, and Quezon City during monsoon rains. And then we have Metro Manila, and then we have the Bulacan and Pampanga dike systems. So reinforced dikes have helped protect farmlands from seasonal flooding, saving agricultural production and local livelihoods. Next, we have the Cagayan River rehabilitation. Ongoing dredging and riverbank reinforcement have lessened the severity of recent floods, benefiting thousands of residents. Community-based flood control projects. In some LGUs, small-scale, properly supervised drainage systems have shown durability and reliability, demonstrating that effective flood control is possible even at the grassroots level. So these examples prove that when quality materials and strict monitoring are applied, flood control projects deliver measurable benefits, including reduced flood risk, economic protection, and improved community safety. For our conclusion, so flooding remains a major challenge in the Philippines, but flood control infrastructure plays a critical role in protecting lives, livelihoods, and economic activities. The use of substandard materials threatens this goal, resulting in wasted funds and heightened risk. Yet, the presence of many successful and well-built projects demonstrates that effective flood control is achievable with proper oversight, quality assurance, and accountability. By addressing corruption, enforcing construction standards, involving communities, and adopting innovative technologies, the Philippines can strengthen the reliability of its flood control systems. Ultimately, the key lies not only in building more projects, but in ensuring they are built to last, turning public investment into genuine protection for future generations. And these are my references for my study. That will be all, ma'am. Thank you so much.